Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we're focusing on Mike McDaniel, an offensive wizard. And that's because he not only coached under Kyle Shanahan, who is doing a fantastic job with the 49ers, but Mike McDaniel also coached under Kyle Shanahan's father, Mike Shanahan. Mike won several Super Bowls with Denver, and they had an amazing running game. And at that time, Denver had the lightest offensive line in football. While everyone else has these offensive linemen weighing 320, 330, 340. Some have offensive linemen that weigh even 350, 360 pounds. Mike Shanahan had offensive linemen that were 295 pounds, 302 pounds, a very lightweight but versatile offensive line. Mike McDaniel learned a lot from Mike Shanahan. Now, the Miami Dolphins have one of the lighter offensive lines. It's not quite as light as what Mike Shanahan had, because the players now, look, they're bigger and stronger, and he has to go with some guys into the 300-pound range. But the Dolphins have a fairly light offensive line. And Mike Shanahan was a very unique coach. And that's why the 49ers are so good, because Kyle Shanahan has that background. But Mike McDaniel learned from both of them, because, look, Kyle Shanahan is going to put a little bit of his own spin on that, right? And now Mike McDaniel, who has had the privilege to coach under both Mike and Kyle Shanahan, he's also going to put a little bit of his own spin on it. And guys, with the background he has, he is literally turning into an offensive wizard, because he looks like he's just starting to get comfortable as the Dolphins coach. He's been with them for a year. The first year he got him into the playoffs. And guys, it was quite an impressive playoff game with our third-string quarterback to go up to Buffalo in that cold weather and score in the range of 30 points and almost take the game with our third-string quarterback. That was quite a statement that the Dolphins made under Mike McDaniel in his first year as head coach. Now in the second year, look what the Dolphins are doing. We scored 70 points against the Denver Broncos. And guys, let me tell you something about the Denver Broncos. I follow this team. I used to live in Boulder, Colorado, and I love the Broncos. They're my second favorite team. I'm sorry the Dolphins did it to the Broncos. I wish they did it to someone else. But my point is, the Broncos have an excellent team. Russell Wilson is playing fantastic football. The Dolphins completely dismantled a very good team. Coming into this game, the Broncos should have been 2-0. They lost both of their first games by like a field goal at the very last second. These guys are solid. It's not like the Dolphins beat up on a lousy team. This is what's scary, guys, about the Dolphins. I'm telling you right now. First of all, the game against the Broncos was not embarrassing. It was humiliating, okay? And they did it to a very good team, a well-coached team. I'm not saying they're going to start scoring 70 points a game, but guys, we may start seeing more 30, 40, and even 50-point games from the Dolphins, because if you look at this offense, even the depth of it, first of all, the coaching staff. Butch Barry, the offensive line coach, is doing a fantastic job. Frank Smith, the offensive coordinator. I don't know how long these guys are going to be with the Dolphins. I think other teams are going to want these guys like Frank Smith. If I was the New York Jets, I would be going after Frank Smith as my next head coach. Not that he's another Mike McDaniel, but he knows the system. Okay, there's other teams that are going to want to get the system. Granted, everybody doesn't have a Tyreek Hill and a Jalen Waddle, but they will start drafting faster players and to put them into this system. But guys, these guys are coaching under Mike McDaniel. He is the offensive genius behind this. And if you look at the offensive line, one of the biggest improvements, I think, is Isaiah Wynn, 27 years old. And guys, this guy is 6'2", 3'11". I love that height and weight for an offensive lineman. And this is who Mike McDaniel has decided to add to the offensive line. And guys, he is performing. He's a very compact player. A lot of teams have guys on the offensive line that are 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". Isaiah Wynn is only 6'2", so that 311 pounds is not spread out in a 6'8" frame. It's compact in a 6'2" frame, so when he pushes somebody, they move back, okay, because there's more behind that. This guy is very compact. I like what the Dolphins are doing. And with Teron Armstead, the offensive line was dominant. Tua has only been sacked once this year after 3 games. Again, this is all under the direction of Mike McDaniel. Guys, I think the Dolphins could even be looking to set a record for points scored this year. Devon Achane, it would not surprise me if he takes over the lead role for running backs, as long as he holds on to the ball, which I have not seen the guy fumble for the Dolphins once. So that's the big thing. Mostert he takes care of the ball, okay? But you can't deny what Devon Achane did. I believe he only got the ball 18 times and he ran for over 200 yards. And guys, he also had a handful of catches where he ran the yards after the catch were substantial for Devon Achane. I don't know how much longer they're going to keep this guy as a second or third string running back. As much as I love Mostert, I'm looking at Devon Achane, and there's just something in me that is screaming out, give this guy the ball. Okay? He takes it and he flies. Okay? He's a young guy, 21 or 22 years old, and he's just got that extra speed with his youth. Guys, when you look at Devon Achane and you team him up with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, 3 of the fastest guys in the NFL, but this is all under the direction of Mike McDaniel, an offensive wizard who is freeing these guys up. The Dolphins use more motion than any team in football. The 49ers use a lot of motion. That's where Mike McDaniel picked this up from the Shanahans, but he does it even more. He's putting his own spin on it, and it is clearly working. Okay, guys? So he's got Tyreek Hill in motion like all the time. I mean, you see him running across the line, and then he goes back this way, then he goes back. How do you cover this guy? He's got a running start. So you can't hit him at the line of scrimmage because he's usually moving. Same thing with Jalen Waddle. Mike McDaniel is giving these guys a system to work in that favors them. And they're in sync. They're in rhythm. The Dolphins are a team no one wants to play. They look at their schedule, and when they see the Dolphins, they just shake their head. Oh, man. Let me know in the comments, do you think that Mike McDaniel is an offensive wizard? Yes or no? If you like this content, guys, I hope you will click on the like icon. It will help get this video more distributed. Send me your comments and subscribe to my channel.